Hello and welcome to the 14U Women's Division II SAS Cup Final here from the Viterra International Trade Center in Regina. Ryan Schweitzer bringing you the action between the 14U Momentum Black from Lloydminster in the far court in the white jerseys with the red trim, taking on the 14U Weyburn Surge. Black jerseys, red trim in the near court here, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Momentum Black in the white jerseys as Elena Earhart serving for her team. Quick 1-0 lead here in the first set. Earhart sends that into the net, side out, and point Surge to get here. The Momentum Black here in the gold medal final. Seeded number 1 in Division II, 1 and 2, second in Pool C with a loss to Weyburn. These teams have met up earlier. They defeated the Regina Summit in 3 sets in the quarterfinal, and they defeated the Saskatoon Eclipse Elite in 3 sets in the semifinal to get here. Weyburn Surge, seeded number 4 in Division II, 3-0, first in Pool C, with a win over this Momentum Black, 25-20 and 25-23, and they defeated Lanigan Route 20 Renegades in the semifinal to get here as well. We're glad that you could join us wherever you may be tuning in from and whomever you may be cheering for. Side out for the Momentum Black, as set to serve now is going to be Jordan Look. Momentum Black, coached by Kiana Walker, their head coach. Surge pushed over the net there by Alexis Schaefer to a waiting Momentum Black. Tipped over the net. Good heads-up play there at the net by Piper Manning of the Momentum Black. That ball is out of bounds, and that's going to be a point for the squad from Lloydminster in the white jerseys. 3-1 the score here early in this first set. So, yeah, these teams, no strangers to each other. They've played each other this weekend. Weyburn with a win over this squad. We'll see how they do in the rematch here, as we're just going to have a quick pause here for some equipment issues. Tying the shoe there is Olivia Gill. That ball sails through the court, out of bounds. 3-2 the score here. And set to serve for the Weyburn Surge is Alexis Schaefer. 14U Division II gold here on the Sask Volleyball YouTube channel. We'll have that Division I match for you at the same site on YouTube here following this one. Ball is sent over the net, diving play and unable to respond, or the momentum, and we're all tied up at 3 here between Weyburn and Lloydminster. Alexis Schaefer trying to keep momentum going here against the momentum. It's a good name for a program. It's an important ingredient in success in volleyball, having that positive momentum on your side. Nice back row dig there by Schaefer. And sent over the net free ball style by Eliza Gall. Tipped over the net, ball spinning out of control, and still alive, but they're unable to corral that stray on the Weyburn side of the net, and it's going to be a 4-3 lead now for Lloydminster in the far court. As Runa Eriksson will serve here, her team up by 1. Eriksson off the side of the hand. Unforced error, as you do see from time to time early in these final games. Playing for a championship anytime. Nerves have got to be going as Avery Fleck powers that ball to the back of the court. And Lloydminster's going to have to scramble to try to get that over, and they do. The Momentum managed to return it in 3, as that's pushed over the net now by Nicole Dayan. Now they're going to give a swing here to Eliza Gall. She pushes it over the net to a waiting Momentum. Nice dig there by Alexis Schaefer. Dayum off the block, and that lands on the Momentum side of the net. 5-4 lead for the Surge. Nicole Dayan on that left side. She's got some hops, powering that ball over the net. And now Avery Fleck. Good hard serve from Fleck. Dayan is there. She plays catch with her setter, Eliza Gall, and then hammers that over the net. Momentum now in 3. Send it back. Good take. Out of bounds. 6-4 lead for the Surge here in the black jerseys in the near court. Avery Fleck to serve again. Brian Fleck, head coach in Weyburn. Nice serve from Fleck. No one's going to be able to corral that as that one goes past row 2. And it's a 3-point lead for the Surge here. Fleck, her team up by 3. Ball pushed to the back of the court there, where the Momentum send it over in 3 to a waiting Surge squad. Dayan. Oh, she's got some hops. She had some vacant court, but that was a nice defensive play by Aspen Klimek, as that one was headed to a vacant corner, but she made a good forearm pass there, a good fundamentally sound play as the rally continues here. Surge side, free ball, sent over. Momentum waiting. And tipped over the net. Good heads-up play. Everyone was zigging, and the Momentum induced a zag there. Piper Manning with a good heads-up play to get her team that point, and the side out. 5 serving 7 here as Sage Schwartz will now deal for the Momentum. Her team down by a couple. Dayan, nice pass to the setter. And a swing on that ball from Eliza Gall. And no reply coming from the Momentum. That'll be a point Surge. 8-5 they lead. As Olivia Gill will serve now. Gill hammers that ball out of bounds. Side out and point Momentum. 6 serving 8. Piper Manning. Knuckleball type serve. No spin on that whatsoever. Dayan's going to get a swing at it. She's got some good hops, and she once again delivers a punishing blow in the opposition court to help her team to a point. 9-6, the Surge lead it. Eliza Gall now. Good serve Gall to a waiting Momentum. Trying to tip it, and that went out the wrong side of the antenna there. It landed in bounds, but didn't go between the antennas, so point Surge, 10-6 they lead. That ball heading out of bounds off the side of the hand. Side out Momentum. And now Olivia Dawson will serve. Her team trailing by a field goal here. 7 serving 10 here in this first set race to 25 here at the Viterra International Trade Center. Good first pass by Avery Fleck, and putting a nice swing on that was Alexis Schaefer. Chasing it around is the Momentum. Free ball. Momentum trying to set up something in 3 here. Big swing, and delivering is Jordan Look. Oh, she got a great look at it. Put on a T4, and 4 white making no mistake with that whammo to make the score 8-10 here. Olivia Dawson. Eliza Gall. Nice play there by the setter, Earhart, and it was forearm passed over the net. Earhart. And tipped over the net by Schaefer. Bit of a rally going here. Oh, no, bit of a miscommunication as the Surge thinking someone else was going to do it. And the Momentum narrowing the deficit to just 1 here. 9 serving 10 in this first set race to 25. Fleck, Earhart, and hit by Schaefer, and 1, 2, 3. Bump set spike, love to see it. Fundamentally sound point for the Surge as they take an 11-9 lead. Nicole Dayan, dynamic player, about to enter the bottom of your screen on the left side. Good hard serve. This girl's a good athlete. And no reply coming from the Momentum as Dayan gets her team's 12th point, sending that one over the net. And the Momentum unable to reply. She goes through her pre-serve routine here. Good hard serve again. Oh, man. Just hitting the tape, rolling over. Ace. And it's a 4-point lead now. Good hard serve again. And just sent over the net on first contact, and no reply available from the Surge. 13-10 is the score now, favoring the Surge. Side out from the Momentum. And now Aspen Klimek will try and narrow the deficit here with her team trailing by 3. Klimek over the net, and no reply. Service ace. And 11 serving 13, just a good hard serve about an inch over the tape. Klimek. Oh, inbounds, back-to-back aces. And the Momentum appear to have gathered a little bit of their namesake here. Now only trail by 1. Good spinning serve. Dayan handcuffed a little bit by that, and the Surge are having a heck of a time here, figuring out 7 white. Aspen Klimek, who's dealt a few aces into the opposition court here. Klimek, another one just over the net, and pushed over the net from the Surge by Avery Fleck. And it's going to be side out Surge. Oh, no, it's going to be a point here for the Momentum. And they take the lead. First time in a while that the Momentum have led in this one against the Surge. Aspen Klimek has been on a bit of a roll here. Brian Fleck not calling that timeout yet here. He's going to let his girls try and figure this one out here. Klimek, Dayan. And they're going to set up the big swing there from Schaefer, Alexis Schaefer, but it was dug out of the net. They're going to try Schaefer again here, and she just tips that over the block. Recovered by the Momentum. Net play, and there to cover wisely was Gill. Big swing from the left side from Avery Fleck. Fleck again touches that one over the net. Momentum over the net, and now we're going to do a bit of a rally here. Sent to the back of the court, pushed to the back of the court. Personnel was there in the form of Piper Manning. Net play here. And dumped by the setter, and ball pinballing around, and a good heads-up play from Elena Earhart of the Surge. They needed that side out, 14-14. As the Lloydminster Momentum squad had been consistently putting up points there. And now Elena Earhart with the score 14 apiece in this Div 2 gold medal game. Sends that one over the net. Good take. No, it wasn't, as that one was inbounds. Looked like it was heading out. It was taken in the back row there. And it ends up being a service ace for Earhart. 15-14 Surge lead it. Back and forth between these two squads. Evenly matched. They've seen each other already this weekend with the Surge getting the win over the Momentum Black. Great serve from Earhart. Oh, man, that was filthy. Just a knuckler with no spin that curved across the court. No spin, unpredictable movement, ace, 16-14. Earhart, and that one sails out of bounds. Wise to take were the Momentum that time around. Jordan Look now will try and rally her team. Over the past few points, it's certainly felt as though the Surge have commandeered that all-important momentum in this contest. Good play there by Earhart as Weyburn chases that down, and free ball sent over the net. Some net play here off of Surge personnel and out of bounds. They do the block celebration at the net there for the Momentum. 16-16 is the score. Jordan Look off the top of the net, inbounds, just an ace. As that one rolled over the tape, and they thought it was headed out of bounds, the Surge did, and it wasn't. And 17-16 now, the lead for the Momentum. Jordan Look, she's going to serve from a different spot on the court now, sends that over the net, and no reply. That's going to be an ace. And Jordan Look has managed to steer this first set in a little bit of a different direction after there had been some consistency on the Weyburn side of things. And Look, knuckleball type serve. Dayan went for the dig, and it's another ace for Look. 19-16, and Brian Fleck, coach of the Surge, is going to use a timeout here and corral the troops. Fleck, DJ Gall, and Heidi Vogel, the coaching staff here, going to try and settle things down and remind this team of what got them to this 13U Division II gold medal game. Whereas on the far side of things, the Momentum will hope that they can keep that momentum in their favor here. Kiana Walker, their head coach, offering some reassurance to her girls here, how things have been going the past few points. Strong start for the Surge. You know, when you break the game down into a beginning and a middle and an end, Surge with a strong beginning, the Momentum taking over things in the tens of points now. 19-16 is the score. And we'll see if the Momentum can win the race to 20 here in this first set for the final few points. 19-16, still anyone's set here in this opening set between the Momentum. Home base for them is the border town of Lloydminster. The Surge, not too far to travel for them, just ripping up from Weyburn, which is under an hour drive from the Viterra International Trade Center where we find ourselves. Jordan, look, she's dealt a couple of aces. Can she continue to do so? Nice forearm pass there by Avery Fleck. Free ball, and Fleck down the line, and a good heads-up play there as Avery Fleck finds the corner. 19-17, we'll give Brian Fleck the coach's point on that one. As Alexis Schaefer, underhand over the net, look in the back row. And sent over the net by Piper Manning, and no reply from the Surge. Good heads-up play by Manning. And the Momentum win the race to 20. Runa Eriksson. Will try and get her team that much closer to a first set win here in this Div 2 final. Ace. From Eriksson. Eriksson over the net to a waiting Schaefer. Gill, and sent over the net by Aubrey Fleck. Good defensive dig from the Momentum as it's sent back over. And setting up the big swing there for Eliza Gall, but into the net. 22-17 the score. Runa Eriksson, her team 3 away from a first set win here. Oh. That ball careening out of control, out of bounds. And now Avery Fleck serving for the Surge. Her team down by 4. Momentum 3 away from a first set win. Nice play by Eriksson. And unable to respond in 3 hits are the Momentum, so point Surge. They trail by 3 now. Avery Fleck. To serve. And an ace for Fleck. And the Surge not going quietly into the night here. It was looking grim, but with the score 22-20, it's that much more doable for the Surge. And now a timeout called by Kiana Walker, the head coach of the Momentum Black. As the Surge, surging indeed. Final weekend of the club volleyball season for a lot of these teams that are here. Where we're set up for our broadcast location, we're actually right by the photo booth here. I'm not sure if you can pick up some of the conversations in the background there, but a lot of these girls saying their goodbyes to each other. It's an emotional time. If you can win your last game of the year, that always makes everything that much better. It makes those goodbyes, puts a lot more of the sweetness in the bittersweet expression. Momentum and Surge here, trying to end their seasons on a high note. The Momentum in the far court and the white jerseys with the red trim have the lead, but the Surge have been surging as of late. Avery Fleck will induce play momentarily. Erickson, chased down by Klimek and punched over the net by Look. Surge, Dayan, give her a swing. She's been dangerous, but that's dug nicely in the back row by Look. And at the net, no, just unable to clear the net, and that's going to be a point for the Surge, who now only trail by 1. This is anyone's first set here. Not going to lie, it was looking bleak for the Surge. They have forged their way back into it. Back row play and running out of real estate and running out of required hits to get it over the net are the Momentum, and we're all tied up at 22. The Surge is smiling, and the Momentum is looking for a break here. Just over the tape, dug nicely. Swung there, and a good heads-up play at the net. Olivia Dawson for the Momentum Black. Spotting some vacancy in the corners. And now it's 23-22 Momentum. Surge trying to keep things positive. Sage Schwartz serving for the Momentum. Schwartz, knuckler serve, ace. Oh, what an opportune time to deliver a stellar serve. No movement on that, no spin really. Plenty of movement is what I meant to say. Lack of spin. And now set point for the Momentum here, 24-22. Spinning serve. Played by Fleck. Dayan's going to take a swing at it. Chasing it down is Sage Schwartz. At the net, net play. And that's going to be side out Surge. 24-23. Olivia Gill trying to keep things calm here. (24-23). Played back row Erickson. Punched over the net by the Momentum. Dayan. Oh, she was ready to take a swing at it, but wasn't quite the position that she needed to be. But that's okay, because the free ball worked out well as she put it in the back of the court where nobody was standing. 24-24, 25 points ain't going to be enough here. No siree. Olivia Gill. Sends that over the net. Erickson punches it right back over. Avery Fleck, first contact. Dayan tips it over the net. Cook and Dayan. Earhart. Dayan off the block, out of bounds. Surge, 25-24. Set point, and the girls on the court, they're doing their best. They want to maintain the composure, but they induce the timeout from the Momentum Black. And lots of positivity now on the Weyburn side of the court, in the near court from where you're watching. The girls in the black jerseys fired up here. (25-24). We are in timeout. Set point. point for the Surge. And now Olivia Gill trying to wrap up this first set for her squad. Gill into the net, coach's point for Kiana Walker. 25-25. And now Piper Manning will try and string together some points to get her team the first set win here. Manning, good knuckler serve, taken, and lands inbounds, 26-25, and now it is the Surge, or pardon me, the Momentum, who are at set point here. Piper Manning trying to put a button on this first set here. Good serve over the net. Chasing that a bit of the Surge, and helped over the net by Eliza Gall. Momentum waiting for it. Tipped over the net. Ball pinballs around, but Dayan has it under control. Pushes it into the net, but not over. And the Momentum are going to take a first set win, 27-25. Here in set number one against a very game Surge squad. Oh, man. Momentum back and forth in this one. But it is the team from Lloydminster that manages to get that 2-point lead here late in this first set. 27-25, they win it. We'll be back with set number two momentarily, live from the Viterra International Trade Center in Regina. And welcome back to the Viterra International Trade Center in Regina. Set number two action set to get underway between the Momentum Volleyball Club out of Lloydminster. Momentum Black in the white jerseys with the red trim in the near court here. Taking on the Weyburn Surge. Black jerseys, red trim. Far court. 27-25 first set win for the Momentum. And that ball comes in hot, played by the Momentum's Georgia Rutley. First contact there, but a good heads-up play at the net by the Surge, Elena Earhart. Earhart was good in that first set, and 1-0. The Surge are going to take a quick lead here. Must-win set for the Surge here in this Div 2 gold medal final after that 27-25 emotional win for the Lloydminster Momentum Black in the opening set there. Georgie Rutley with a nice first pass, and that ball was eventually bumped over the net by Quinn Daschuk. Earhart setting up the big swing and delivering his Avery Fleck. She was good in that first set, and she looks to be strong here in the second. Elena Earhart put that on a T4, and Fleck, whammo, to give her team a 2-0 lead here in this second set. Serving now is Sadie Hodgkin for the Surge. Hodgkin, that ball spinning as it makes contact with Rutley. Sent over the net by Bullerwell. Schwartz. Blythe. And a swing there from Georgia Goodfellow. And Goodfellow gets her team on the board. Key side out there as that was drilled into the opposition court. 1 serving 2. Quinn Daschuk now stepping into the service area for the Momentum Black here. Good serve just over the net. Returned in one touch there by Eliza Gall, and she finds the back of the court where no personnel was covering. And a side out there, 3-1 the score. And Elena Earhart did a good job setting up her teammates in that first set in that 27-25 loss. Earhart now, good hard serve, a knuckler played by Daschuk. And that one handcuffing the Momentum a little bit. They do get it over in 3 though. And now that's punched over the net by Aubrey Dewick entering this second game. Punched over the net there by Skoritz of the Momentum Black. Tipped over the net. Enli Skoritz for the Momentum. Skoritz at the net there. Nope, just kind of running out of time and space to operate. And it'll be a point for the Surge. 4-1 they lead it. As Earhart will serve again. Good hard serve from Earhart, played by Daschuk. And what was the call there? Double contact, and another point for the Surge. 5-1 the score now. Earhart, knuckleball type serve over the net. Goodfellow will get a swing at it, blocked by the Surge. And double contact called again. Surge point. 6-1 the score. Elena Earhart, her team now with a 5-point lead. Earhart, another strong serve, played by Rutley, and pushed over the net by Skoritz. Skoritz on that left side seeing plenty of touches. Good swing there from Fleck. Goodfellow trying to chase that ball down and corral it as it got off the chain a little bit, but that's going to be another point for the Surge, who lead it 7-1 here. Good start for the Surge. Kiana Walker letting her girls play through this. Elena Earhart, good hard serve. Daschuk, and out of bounds on the other side, on the wrong side of the antenna. 8-1 now, the Surge lead. And that'll be Kiana Walker calling a timeout here to corral the troops and try and bust up the momentum of Elena Earhart and the Weyburn Surge, who are up a converted touchdown here in the second set. 27-25, there's plenty of lead changes in that opening set. There's one thing the opening set showed us is that these teams are very evenly matched, and I think Kiana Walker is reminding her girls of that right now. These teams played earlier this weekend. Momentum Black to get here. Seeded number 1 in Division 2, second in Pool C. They defeated the Regina Summit in 3 sets in the quarterfinal to get here, and then took on the Saskatoon Eclipse Elite and beat them in 3 sets in the semifinal to punch their ticket to where we are now in this gold medal final. Weyburn Surge, 3-0 in Pool C. They did win this previous meeting with the Momentum Black and then defeated Saskatoon JCVC White in the quarterfinal. And the Lanigan Route 20 Renegades in 2 sets in the semifinal to be here. That's how Elena Earhart and the Surge got to this Div 2 final. Earhart out the back of the court. Coach's point from Kiana Walker. She'll happily take that. And now serving for the Momentum is Sadie Bullerwell. Bullerwell sends that into the opposition court. And that one landing out of bounds. No reply from Bullerwell's serve, and that'll cut the deficit to 5 here. 3 serving 8 in set number 2. Diving play by Earhart. And side out. Point for the Surge. And set to serve for the Surge, Aubrey Dewick. Seeing her first action of this final in set number 2. 9 serving 3. Dewick, just unable to clear the net. And Momentum now with an opportunity to try and get back into this one and cut into that deficit. Jordan Look making her way to serve now. Look inducing play momentarily. Sends that over. Big swing there from Georgie Runtley, but that ball sailing out of bounds. 10-4 now, the lead for the Surge. Surge serving now, Avery Fleck, who's been strong for her team. Fleck sends that over the net. Pinballing through the Momentum side of the court. And a good hard serve that no one could get a fine beat on there, as that ball just skedaddling around the Momentum side of the net. 11-4 now, the Surge lead it. Avery Fleck. Out of bounds. And Momentum side out. Deficit is 6. Enley Skoritz to serve now. Skoritz into the net, and just everything coming up Surge in set number 2 here. Summer Vogel. Vogel, good hard serve, dug by Goodfellow. Vogel hurries up to get that one. Some net play there. And Quinn Daschuk where she needed to be for the Momentum to get the side out and get her team's 6th point of this second set. Georgie Rutley now. You'll see her enter the bottom of your screen momentarily here. Rutley. Good hard serve, played by Fleck. Set by Earhart at the net, and a good swing on that one. As Sadie Hodgkin drilled that into the opposition court. Trying to make a play was the Momentum, but that one off their forearm and careening out of play. 13-6 now is the lead. Oh man, that serve had some crazy spin on it, coming from Eliza Gall. And Gall with the ace, 14-6 here in this second set. And yeah, everything coming up Surge. Spinning serve. Played by Fleck. Big swing. That go through the antenna. Out of bounds. And Referee wants to have a conversation with the line officials there, and yeah, it looks like it's going to be a point surge. And the coach, Kiana Walker, wants her captain to go have a chat with the official about that call, as Georgie Runtley, and the referee is calling again for the other official to have a chat, as well as the lines official, to see what they saw there. It looked out of bounds, I think, and I got a great look at it from up here. I think Kiana Walker and the Momentum have a point here. And, yep, they're going to double check on that one, and it is going to be a side out, and the 7th point of this contest for the Momentum, as Aubrey Blythe will serve now. Her team down a converted touchdown. But it's such a game of momentum. We'll see if they can get back into it. Well, into the net. Point number 15 for the surging squad from Weyburn, as Sadie Hodgkin will get set to induce play here momentarily. Her team up 8. Hodgkin, spinning serve. Daschuk over the net and out of play. 16-7 now, the lead for the Surge. So a back and forth first set. And in set number 2, things have definitely gone the way of the Weyburn squad, clad in black. And Sadie Hodgkin delivers another ace. 17-7 now is the score. And timeout called here by the Momentum to try and stabilize the situation here with the Surge. Happy to bring you the 14U women's finals throughout the day today on the Sask Volleyball YouTube channel. We started with the Div 4 game, then did Div 3. We're into Div 2 now, and then the Division 1 final will be coming up on another link on the Sask Volleyball YouTube channel. Stay tuned for that one if you like the 14U girls volleyball. Fun one here, 17-7 the score. These teams going back and forth in the first set. And it looks like Brian Fleck has found the right mix of personnel to slay this momentum dragon. Thus far, still a lot can happen. 17-7 the score. The tide can turn rather quickly in this sport, regardless of the age level. Sadie Hodgkin has been dealing. She's back to serve now. We'll see if that timeout called by Kiana Walker is able to bust up her momentum. Good hard serve. Momentum having to chase, and they have to get it over on this touch, and they do. That's a nice play there by Blythe. Big swing there from Fleck. Good fellow. And Rutley manages to punch that over the net. Big swing, Fleck off the block, and it's another point. And oh yeah, Avery Fleck, she's feeling it. 18-7 the score now for the Surge. Avery Fleck delivering a whammo, and then showing a little swagger afterwards. Sadie Hodgkin, another serve for her, and the Momentum take side out. 18-8 the score. And the Momentum serving with the ball in their court now. Quinn Daschuk will try and rally things here. It's a long road ahead for the Momentum, and again, you know, it's just feels like set number 2, the team of destiny, is the Surge here thus far. They've got some breaks, and they've been good enough to make their own breaks as well. And you get players like Elena Earhart and Fleck and crew have been good. Earhart, unconventionally, uncharacteristically, serves that into the net. 19-9 the score now. Sadie Bullerwell will serve now for the Momentum, down by 10. Momentum needs some sort of a spark here. Can Bullerwell help provide it? Fleck is going to get a swing here after she sent that to her setter, Vogel. Earhart and Fleck over the net. Momentum waiting for that. Dumped by Goodfellow. Goodfellow. This time she's going to set up Rutley. And Georgie Rutley lowers the boom and gets her team to 10. 19-10 the score. As Goodfellow, or pardon me, Bullerwell will serve now. Sadie Bullerwell sends that to a waiting Surge. Fleck, Fleck had to go with the left there. Ran out of real estate to use the right. And the Momentum squad, couple of consecutive points here in a set where not much has gone their way, not until now. Can they turn this into something, or is the deficit too large? Oh, a bit of a mistake there as that ball was sailing out of bounds, and managed to get a piece of Surge personnel in the back of the court there. Still a long road ahead here for Kiana Walker and her Momentum squad. 12 serving 19. Fleck trying to be a stabilizing situation, and a battle at the net. And Georgie Rutley, she's been good in this set. And she manages just to get a little bit of a leg up on the competition and drop that into the opposition court. 19-13. And oh man, after what seemed like an insurmountable lead, is doubt creeping into the Surge side. And Bullerwell got her team a few points, but sends that ball into the net. It's kind of been the story for Lloydminster in this second set. Things start going your way, and then a bit of an unforced error. As Duick will serve now. Duick, backcourt Bullerwell. Played by Blythe, eventually sent over the net by the Momentum, and no reply coming from the Surge. 20-14 now. Can Georgia Goodfellow and the Momentum. You know, they're hoping to kind of keep up this pace, 3 for me, 1 for you. But again, another unforced error, which has really been the enemy of the Momentum here in this set. (21-14). Fleck to serve. Avery Fleck. 3 hits, and Rutley sends it over the net. And the Surge unable to reply in the number of hits. It's an exhausting weekend, You get here, you're going, you're in a massive facility. Trying to be on time for everything, maintain good nutrition. It's an exhausting weekend in these gold medal finals, punctuating these wars of attrition over the course of the weekend. And yeah, just a little bit of a mental mistake from the Surge. And just creeping back in again, the Momentum. And they induce a timeout from Brian Fleck, who's going to corral his girls and, maybe give them a bit of a breather here. They're 4 points away, 21-16. I would say at times the Momentum in this second set have been their own worst enemy here, taking nothing away from the Surge. They've played well to get to 21 points against a very, very capable squad here. Not saying the wounds are all self-inflicted from the Momentum here. They need to settle down and keep things sound here, the Momentum do. (27-25), the Momentum took the first set. 21-16, the Surge lead here. Enli Skoritz serving now. Just get that over the net. Skoritz pounds it into the opposition court. No reply from the Surge. 21-17 the score now. Enli Skoritz. Oh. And we're going to blow play dead here as a stray ball from the adjacent court makes its way onto this one, so Skoritz will do it again. Skoritz, good hard serve. Played by Hodgkin, and now Hodgkin will take a swing off the block. Bullerwell got a piece of that and sent it right back over the net. 3 hits and a swing there. Bullerwell sends that out of bounds, and the Surge are going to get the ball back here with that side out and their 22nd point of this opening set. And the Surge just 3 away as Summer Vogel. Vogel over the net, good fellow. Big swing there from Daschuk, dug nicely by the Surge. However, they lose control of the ball at the net, and that's going to be a point here for the Momentum. 22-18. Georgie Rutley now will serve. Well, the Momentum have figured things out here over the past few points. They've trailed by 8, the deficit now 4, and if the Surge can force that third set, it's going to be a good one as Vogel passes that over to a waiting Rutley. Played by Blythe, and then sent over the net by Daschuk. Surge get the ball back at the net. Sent through the court and out of bounds. Good take from the Momentum. And now 22-19 is the score. Georgie Rutley to serve. Rutley out of bounds. 23rd point for the Surge. Eliza Gall. Gall spins off the side of her hand. And into the net. 20 serving 23. Aubrey Blythe. Blythe induces play. Oh, good take from the Surge, and that'll be point number 24. Set point as Weyburn tries to force the issue here in a third set race to 15. Sadie Hodgkin trying to put the button on this set. It's not mission impossible for the Momentum, but it's going to be tough. Hodgkin, Rutley. Teams joust at the net, and point, Surge. And with that, they are going to force that aforementioned third set race to 25. 27-25 in the opening set. And they take this one 25-20. All right, don't go anywhere. Set number 3 straight ahead between the Weyburn Surge and the Momentum Black 14U Women's Division II gold medal game, and the third and final set straight ahead. All right, the stage is set. Set number 3. 14U Women's Division II gold medal game. The Surge from Weyburn. The Momentum from Lloydminster. It's not a short drive home for Lloydminster. A gold medal would certainly make it a lot quicker. The Surge only took them less than an hour to get here. All right, third set, race to 15. Aspen Klimek serves for the Momentum. And now Klimek is going to set up Goodfellow, played by Dayan Earhart. And a big swing off the block and out of bounds. The Surge strike first. Sadie Hodgkin getting her team on the board first. Margin for error is so much smaller in these third sets. Earhart, she's been great for the Surge. Daschuk, first contact, and Goodfellow will push that over the net where Fleck is waiting. Fleck gets an opportunity to put a swing on it. Diving dig there from Aspen Klimek as Rutley sends that over the net, and Rutley able to lower the boom and get her team a point. Oh, the emotion out there. Both these teams want this one. Who's going to want it that much more? Jordan Look serving now for the Momentum. 1-1 the score. Look pounds that into the opposition court. Eliza Gall, first contact, no reply coming from the Surge. 2-1 lead, Momentum. Momentum with the first set 27-25 win. The Surge took set 2 25-20. Jordan Look. Look into the net. 2-2 the score. It's been tough. Momentum, the unforced errors. We'll see if they end up being insurmountable as Avery Fleck, service ace, deals that hard into the opposition court. 3-2 the score. Fleck, her team up 1. Played by Look. Sent back at the net from Hodgkin. And now Earhart. They're going to set up Hodgkin. Hodgkin almost running out of room to do anything effective. She got it over the net, though, and now big swing there from Quinn Daschuk of the Momentum. Daschuk's going to get another swing at it. She punches it over the net. Dayan is there. Earhart. And sent it over the net by Eliza Gall. Momentum. Goodfellow off the block, hitting the court. Point. Momentum. All tied up at 3. Runa Eriksson now serving for the Momentum. Oh, if you're of the faint of heart, have a nurse on standby. If you're a nurse, find someone faint of heart, as that one just gets over the net. Kisses the tape, and no reply coming from the Surge. Point. Momentum. 4-3. Runa Eriksson trying to keep the momentum going for her squad. Kiana Walker telling her team lots of chatter. Keep the talk going. Played back row Earhart. And sent over the net there by Eliza Gall. Goodfellow getting a swing at it. And that's not off any personnel. Out of bounds. 4-4 the score. Side out Surge. Sadie Hodgkin serving far court for the Weyburn Surge in black with the red trim. Good hard serve. Oh, pinballing off the players. And oh, look at that. They do manage to get it over the net as that bounced off 2 players, and then a good heads-up play by Goodfellow to get it over the net. Big swing going through everybody, and Georgie Rutley delivers when her team needs her to. Too hot to handle for the Surge. 5 serving 4 as Georgia Goodfellow. Will serve now. Goodfellow pounds that to the back of the court. Fleck, Hodgkin, and sent over by Dayan. Look. And Rutley, though, off the antenna and out of bounds. Side out surge. 5-5 the score. Oh, we're having fun here. Olivia Gill will serve. Gill over the net where Erickson is waiting. Played by Klimek and sent over the net by Daschuk. Daschuk lowering the boom. Nice dig from Weyburn. Dayan sends that over the net. Daschuk pushes that over. Dayan, we'll see if they set her up here. Net play and momentum. Managing to deposit that ball onto the floor of the opposition court as they both joust at the net for it. 6-5 lead for the Lloydminster-based squad. Quinn Daschuk. Her team with a 6-5 lead in this third set. Daschuk sends that over the net. Hodgkin waiting. Earhart. And sent over the net by Gall. Daschuk, back row. And Rutley sent that over the net. Dayan replies. Rutley battles at the net. Whistle blows, and it looks like Surge personnel were on the net. And it's a 2-point lead now for the Momentum. Back and forth, these teams have traded points. Momentum up 2 now. They're going to try and pull away. Daschuk, good hard serve. Played by Hodgin, and yeah, nobody able to corral that ball. And it's a 3-point lead now for the Momentum. As the teams will swap sides. And the Surge will try and calm things down and weather a storm here from the Momentum. Like we said, the margin for error in these races to 15, there isn't much of one. (8-5) the score for the Momentum. Referee making sure everyone's in the right places here. Quinn Daschuk will try and keep things going for her Momentum team. Daschuk, float serve. Earhart setting up Dayan. Daschuk back row. And Look finds some vacant court and a good heads-up play by Look. 9-5 the score. Daschuk just over the net. Earhart, after that first touch from Dayan. Dayan takes a swing at it, clears the net. Earhart, Hodgkin, and Dayan will have to push that over. Daschuk back row. Klimek, and pushed over the net by Rutley. That's got to go over the net. Nope, that's going to be a point for the Momentum. 10-5 they lead. And a timeout called by Brian Fleck, trying to keep things positive on the Surge side of things. Got to start making some hay here. 10-5 the score, favoring the Momentum here in this Division II final at the Viterra International Trade Center in Regina. That middle set, really unforced errors, the undoing of the Momentum. And they've managed to keep it clean here thus far in this third set. 27-25, they took the first set. Weyburn responded 25-20 in set number 2. And now the Surge, they'll look to keep it clean and finish strong here in set number 3. After that timeout, though, we'll see what Weyburn comes out with here. Quinn Daschuk serving for the Momentum. Far court, white jerseys with the red trim. 10-5, they lead it. And an ace. And after a rough second set, you have to ask, have the Momentum figured it out here when they most needed to? Daschuk punched by Dayan. Back of the court, they got to get it over here on hit number 3, Daschuk. Played by Klimek. And look, sends that over the net. Net play here, and the ball falls on the Surge side, and it's 12-5 Momentum. The 14U Women's Momentum Black. And head coach Kiana Walker hoping to lock it down here. Good serve. And out of bounds. 13-5 the score. Quinn Daschuk trying to do her part to close this out here. Fleck. And played by Gall. And over the net. Momentum. Oh, great play at the net there. Reading that situation well was Georgie Rutley. She's been good. And we're now in a championship point situation here. And timeout called. As with the score 14-5, Brian Fleck is going to bust out everything he has in his coach's playbook here. Maybe try and stymie some of that forward momentum that the Momentum squad have gathered here with Quinn Daschuk serving. And meanwhile, on the far side, Kiana Walker just trying to keep everything settled for one more point here. Let's close this out. All smiles on the Momentum side. Brian Fleck on the Surge side. Letting his girls know they gotta believe. 1 point at a time, you gotta believe. However, there is certainly a feeling of inevitability here on court number 8 of the Viterra International Trade Center in Regina. Quinn Daschuk. And not just yet, as play had not been blown in. Championship point. 14U Women's Division II, Daschuk. Over the net, could be some net play here. They battle for it, and it's eventually sent over the net by the Surge. Look. Off of Dayan, and that'll do it. The Lloydminster Momentum Black 14U women's team settle things down, and that long drive back to Lloydminster will be made that much more shorter and that much more pleasant with gold medals around their necks. Congratulations to Kiana Walker, head coach of the 14U Women's Momentum Black squad, for coming in here and getting the job done. They took the first set 27-25. They admittedly shot themselves in the foot a little bit in that middle set, dropping at 25-20, but they settled down with a convincing third set win. 15-5 gold medals for the 14U Women's Momentum Black squad out of Lloydminster. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon, wherever you may be and whomever you may be cheering for. We're glad that you could spend part of your Easter weekend with us on the Sask Volleyball YouTube channel. It's Ryan Schweitzer from the Regina Viterra International Trade Center. We're going to end this broadcast now, and we have the 14U Women's Division I gold medal final coming up on the Sask Volleyball YouTube page right after this. Have a great rest of your weekend, everyone.